In 1999, Konami introduced us to probably one of the scariest games after Resident Evil, or one of the only games who could go par to par with Resident Evil. Of course, I'm talking about Silent Hill. And today we bring you the top 10 games. Let's see what we've got. Hello beautiful geeks, how is everybody doing today? I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend, whatever time you're watching this. As per usual, if you're watching this in the bathroom, don't forget to wash your hands or we will point and judge. Without any further ado, we're going to get right down to it, to the top 10 Silent Hill games. Now, let's keep in mind that there have only been 7 main titles and 5 other games, which technically include an HD collection. So this is going to be more of a rated from worst to best kind of, if you want to think about it. However, all the games on this list are good in their own way. But when we get to the top 5, those are going to be obviously the ones that are going to be the best in the series. Unfortunately, we might not get any more. Thank you, Konami. But until something happens, let's look at the best ones. Originally not even supposed to be a Silent Hill game, we have Silent Hill 4, The Room. Now, for those of you guys who play this, you're going to be familiar with it. It starts as a third-person kind of game. You go through a hole which leads you straight into Silent Hill. And then the hole keeps getting bigger, and you keep going back. Essentially, the whole purpose of the game is to find your way out of the room through Silent Hill. Weird, I know. Even though it had some great monsters as well as somewhat of a good story, this game still didn't have that Silent Hill feeling that we have had before this, so this is why it's only made it at number 10. Sorry, bruh. Coming out in 2004, it already had better graphics, and it did still offer us a mix of third person and some tank controls. If you guys want to check it out, by all means, go right ahead. Silent Hill 4, The Room. Why not? Play it. In 2012, we were introduced to what we didn't know was going to be the last main game of the series. We're talking, of course, about Silent Hill Downpour. Now, this game also introduced new monsters such as the screaming ladies who really scare me and broke my eardrums. And it also introduced a different kind of story. This time you are a convict who escapes from a bus that crashes. And of course, you're so unlucky, your bus is going through Silent Hill. New animations, new controllers a little bit, but the whole purpose of it is that it's always raining, hence the name Downpour. Now, there's also fog, which is classic to the game, but it still didn't quite cut it. However, you should play it if you have played the original lineup of Silent Hill games, because at the end of the day, this is the last main Silent Hill games until further notice. Thank you, Konami. I hate you. In 2012, we were treated to a PSP release, which was Silent Hill Book of Memories. Now, this is a completely new take on the genre. I guess they were trying to revive it before we got the PT trailer and all that. Unfortunate, non-existent game. So, what this game basically was, it was just you have a whole bunch of teenagers running around unlocking the secrets of this book of book of memories from Silent Hill. I'll be honest with you guys, it's not too good, but it is better than The Room and considerably better than Downpour, just because it brought that portability value that we did not have in other Silent Hill games until we had one more before that, but this one tried to redeem itself in a way. So that's the only reason why it's made it a number 8. But if you play it, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. You can find it for really cheap on the PlayStation Network now, if you have a PSP, or just watch a playthrough of it. It's a nice little side story. At number 7, I have the reason why I decided to put this in here It's because it looked like such a promising game, and even though it was not a game of its own, the player teaser or PT or Silent Hills, which was going to star Roman Reedus, was amazing. Just the demo itself gave you a new sense of fear. It gave you a new sense of holy shit, where is that creepy phantom girl? There she is. She's creepy. Unfortunately, the game got canceled because Kojima left Konami under bad terms. So again, we might never see another Silent Hill game. I hate you, Konami. I still wanted to put it in here to play tribute to what could have been an amazing, fantastic game. So that's why we made it number 7. On 2008, we were treated to what was probably the last of the Silent Hill games that had that oh my god factor that the Silent Hill games are known for, and we're of course talking about Silent Hill Homecoming, offering a whole different story, starting the game in another town called Shepherd's Glen, right next or across Toluca Lake from Silent Hill. You start as this guy who comes back from war, and you're a little disoriented, you don't know what's going on. Pyramid Head comes back for this game, so hint, there's some sort of guilt or dark secret in there because that's what he symbolizes. So this game brought back that dread and that fear, and it gave us a more in-depth look about what the Church of Silent Hill, or what the people that run the town within the mist are all about. And not only that, but it gave us a really, really good story that I'm not going to spoil it for you. You guys should pick this game up. If you want to start the series made with this game, I would recommend you do so, because this game is one of those games that you don't need to know the background too much in order to play it. All you do is you have to sit, you have to make decisions, and you have to get scared. Very scared. Seriously, it's a scary game. Put your surround sound on and enjoy. On 2009, we got a version for the Wii which kind of changed the game. Basically, a remake or like a different look on the original game. We're talking, of course, about Silent Hill Shattered Memories. This game brought back that dread and changed the mist that made the classic Silent Hill and turned it into cold, into ice, snow, cold. So every time the monsters came about, you would see a lot of snow, a lot of cold, and that's what symbolized that you had to run. And I said that because you were not able to fight. The whole game you have to hide, you have to run, giving you a very Outlast feeling even before Outlast was released. Make it a number 5 because it was a different experience and they took advantage of the Wii system. You could also play it for the PS2, but if you really wanted to get that dread of using your flashlight with your Wii controller, this was the game for you. Great job. It used psychological attacks on you, basically. You would have to ask questions, and depending on what you had to answer questions, and depending on what you answered to those questions, monsters would reveal themselves during gameplay. Fantastic stuff. Really, play this game. You can pick it up for cheap now. On 2007, we were given an origin story for Silent Hill, and it's exactly what it sounds like. That's the name, Silent Hill Origins. Coming out for the PSP originally and the PS2, this game gave us an inside look of how it all started. You have this truck driver named Travis who's driving across Silent Hill, and he sees some smoke coming from the town, so he goes into it, and he sees a little girl getting burned. For those of you who know the game, you know exactly who I'm talking about. I'm not going to spoil it for you, because you do have to play the first game if you want to know what's going on. This game, you don't necessarily have to play first. Like I said before, you can choose other games to do that with. But this game is one of those that after you're done with everything, or if you want to do like a side, but you can still want to see Silent Hill, this is the game for you. Origins gives you how it all started. It brings everything back in a circle, and it's enjoyable. Great replayability value, just because sometimes you forget stuff. Different endings, just like all Silent Hill games. But the best part of it is the story and finding out what the hell made this town go cuckoo. And just like that, we have made it to the top 3 in our list. If you guys have liked this video so far and you've watched it so far, thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Like the video, and we'll have more like these for you. If you have any idea for new top 10s, put them in the comments below. And don't forget to check us out on social media, as the description says below. But without any further ado, here we go to the top 3. In 1999, that's when it all started. And that's where we're going to put at number 3. I know what you guys are thinking. What? The original number 3? What's wrong with you? Hear me out. Silent Hill 1 is where it all started. Now, we got the classic fog. We had some great monsters. We had a fantastic story. And some of you guys may not know this, but the reason why they put the fog in the game, it's because at the time, the PS1 could not handle loading so much screen time ahead of time, so they created that like foggy look as a loading paradox, so you could see it as it goes. But ironically, it became one of the most amazing and iconic things about the franchise. So you guys can take that one to the bank. Knowledge is power. You start as a guy, you think you're gonna drive over a little girl, the little girl in your car disappears, so you go looking for her. But that is the worst mistake of your life, because only love can get you to do these things. You really love somebody, you're gonna go into the creepy town, you're gonna go into the creepy forest, you're gonna go into the creepy house. This is why I don't love people. I'm kidding, I love people. I'm not heartless. On 2003, we were given another story for the Silent Hill, which actually connects to the first Silent Hill. I'm talking about Silent Hill 3, of course. We see a little Cheryl grown up with a different name, trying to escape her past. Harry raised her, and they've tried to run away, and they're trying to forget about everything that happened in the previous game, just because I wouldn't want to remember that either. Graphics were fantastic, soundtrack, it's incredible. There's a little Easter eggs to certain anime, such as Sailor Moon. That's right, you can get an outfit similar to Sailor Moon for the main character. Some of the monsters are just ridiculously weird looking, and that's what Silent Hill is all about. They're demons, they're scary, run. This game did not disappoint, and it made all-time fans become newer fans, and newer fans become all-time fans. Does that make sense? It made sense in my mind. I don't know if it made sense when I said it. But that's our number 2. Who could be a number 1? None other than Silent Hill 2. That's right. Coming out in 2001, this game redefined scary. A lot of lists have put it as the scariest scary video game of all times, and I will have to agree with that. Even though Resident Evil had that scary tone, this game right here had certain things such as the fog, like I mentioned before. That thing, that sensation that there's something around every corner, that again, other games had already achieved it. But this one just takes it up a notch, and it just makes you paranoid the whole time. You don't know if you're gonna see a monster, you don't know if you're gonna see a pooch from hell, you don't know if you're gonna see Pyramid Head. That's right, this game introduced us to Pyramid Head, ladies and gentlemen, and he's not fun. And spoiler alert, if you guys don't wanna know, pause or something, you fought 2 Pyramid Heads at one point in this game. 2. No 1, 2. And when you're playing that on difficult mode, oh my god, change your diapers, because it's going to be bad. This game revolutionized Silent Hill, brought it back to the picture, and was one of the good things Konami did. I still hate you though. Bring back my game, please. And that, guys, was the top 10 Silent Hill games. What do you guys think? Do you think I should have done it a little differently? Leave me down in the comments below your ideas, your thoughts, what you thought should have been different. Because maybe it should have been different, but you know, I don't know. My group of people from the Geek Fortress, we just sit down, we try to discuss this, and we try to make it as fair as possible. In this one, like I said, there was only 7 main titles and 5 other games, which include the HD collection, so it was a little easier. But to put them in a ranking order, it's hard sometimes. But we do our best, that's part of the challenge. But if you guys do not like it, it's okay. It's a free country. Kinda. Is it? Still? Is this still for country? No? Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are awesome. Do me a favor, do not forget to stay awesome. Geek is the new sexy. Let's not forget about that too. You guys are awesome. Stay awesome and geek on. Lewis out. End transmission, please.